gift items. You know, it seems like I've introduced this now twice, doesn't it? But see, here we have brand new gift items that will soon be in the stores one day, and we'll all be able to buy them. We have them here. Now, thank you, but I'm in the wrong place. Pardon me. Could I have an usher, please? I'll be right back here to begin the comedy segment. Oh, stop it. What is the worst thing about peanut butter? You're saying to yourself, well, right, it's those annoying little pieces of peanut. Well, finally, there's a way of enjoying nothing but the creamy part with this. It's the chunky peanut butter sieve. Here's how it works. You just load up some peanut butter into the sieve, just like that. You load it in there, just like that. I'm sure there's a quicker method, but we'll leave that to the boys in R&D. And then you poke it through the sieve with this little mallet here. It efficiently screens out those horrible pebble-like chunks that can make eating a peanut butter sandwich a nightmare. You know, I think we've all enjoyed a good chuckle when we've seen one of those Garfield suction cup car window toys. Well, now you can tell the world that you read more than the comic pages with this Alexander Solzhenitsyn car window toy. Right there. Hey, processed food lovers. Hey, processed food lovers! Thank you very much. Here's the ultimate in breakfast cereal, the freshness. Individually wrapped cornflakes. Just take a look at those. The flavor is sealed right in. And after a few short hours of mind-bendingly tedious bag opening, you'll have the freshest cereal in town. Hey, processed food lovers! How you doing?
Good, yourself?
Yeah, nice to have you out here.
Good to be here.
Nice to have anybody out here. Sure. You know, if you're a short person who happens to own a pool table, you probably wish there was a less embarrassing way to make those across-the-table shots than reaching for the bridge or the ladies' helper, it's sometimes called. Well, now there is, thanks to this customized pool table with trapdoor attachment. There. Aha! Aha! This time for 50. Congratulations. You're not a processed food lover, are you?
I am.
Oh, you are? Well, then, sure, you can stay. You know, many people like to comb the beaches looking for coins, and, well, why not then enlist the aid of a beautiful celebrity expert with the, yes, it's right here, it's the Robin Givens metal detector. And it comes in a convenient carrying case. There. Okay. You know, people who exercise a lot often don't have time to prepare nutritious salads. You find that to be true, don't you?
Always.
You just don't have the time to prepare nutritious salads, do you? No, no. And you wouldn't be a processed food lover then, would you?
No.
Absolutely not. Well, now you can exercise as well as prepare nutritious salads. With this, it's the Exer Slicer. Here's how it works. Let me just put a cucumber in there and see. There you go. And one more. Let me try a couple of tomatoes. No, better not. Now folks who come to your front door can announce themselves as they reenact a great moment from television history. It's the Geraldo Door Knocker. That's right here. What better way to remind your guests I'm not someone you want to visit with for very long. We ready to go? We got a great show, folks. This is just the beginning of something wonderful. Rich Hall. Welcome back to the program. If you're keeping score at home, ladies and gentlemen, tonight we have Rich Hall.
Yes.
You part of that show?
I was not on that particular show, no.
You're part of this show, though, aren't you?
I came later, yes.
Happy to
I joined the evening show, yes.
Also on the program tonight, Inside Sports. Inside Sports. This is not Sports Illustrated.
No.
This is Inside Sports.
Yes.
Swimsuit cover model Charlene Tilton will be joining us.
Who's gorgeous, and in no way at the beginning of the show did you mean that we got screwed by having to have on Charlene.
Oh, no, absolutely not.
Because
we were looking for the perfect reason to have Charlene with us here tonight.
this is really better than the Sports
and I just want to say, add as a little personal interjection here. I've subscribed to Sports Illustrated for a long, long time. I grew up with it as a young boy, which, by the way, in this country is the only way to grow up. And
as a young boy.
If you happen to be a young boy, sure. But I've canceled my subscription and have switched now to this Inside Sports. Not only have I switched, but I've asked them to send me every back issue.
All the back
issues. I can feel like I'm a part of the Inside Sports family.
I'm thrilled to have Inside Sports cover girl Charlene Tilton.
Yeah, we couldn't. We're all quite happy.
Really better than having any of those.
Exactly.
You know, Kathy Ireland or something.
But don't you think that suggests weasel behavior at its finest?
Well, I don't know.
Al, what's going on over there? I hear a lot of talking. Is everything all right?
We had a little problem. We resolved it.
What was the problem?
We were worrying about some article on stage that shouldn't be on there now. Not you.
No.
I mean.
Thanks, Al, for clarifying. And thanks for the vote of confidence, too. And in addition to Charlene Tilton, Rich Hall, we will be talking with Gregory Hines, all of that and much, much more, as they say on TV shows, when there is nothing more. Now, is it time for your little box of thrills?
It's time now.
All right, we've been doing this for about 3 weeks. Al has loaded up this dangerous device above me with all manner of silly things, and they come down when you pull the cord, and we then have fun, and I have to dig my way out of a big mess. Yeah. Anything we should know tonight, Al?
No, but tonight all your fantasies come true.
All my fantasies come true. All right, should I sit back?
Cover up as someone.
Al Mar's box of thrills, ladies and gentlemen. I'll just sit back. Hey, come here. We need help over here. Come here. Come here, buddy. Come here. Come on. What's your name? Come here. Hey, boy. Come on. Here, boy. Come on. Here we go. Hi, guys.
What?
Nice to have you here. Come on. Let's go. Come on. Okay. Here we go. All right. What? I'll get it. Thank you. It's like breakfast at Roseanne Bars.
Come on. Tucker. Come on.
Okay, let the dog stay. Let's just let him wander around.
He wants you.
They've had shots and stuff, right? Now, there's no place for the guest. This is like the old ABC show, The Day After. Remember that when they... Now, can we bring out a guest under these circumstances? Well, does this violate our insurance? Well, there's dogs wandering around. Oh, God. Come here. We got a Dalmatian over there. Come here. Here, boy. Here, buddy. Go see cab. Our first guest tonight is a versatile and talented actor and dancer whose films include Run... We had dog biscuits here. Oh, just have you know, this is the way it must smell every day at the Purina Labs.
Yeah. What happened to you? You used to have a nice program.
I know. We had dog bones come down. I'm sorry.
Yeah, it was great to see you.
Nice to see you. Let me just move some of these. Now, I guess, you know, actually, the last time you were here, I believe you danced on this desk right here.
It's true.
Yeah, that was quite a moment for us.
Yes.
So, you all right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. So tell me about the. Now tell me.
Yes.
Here we go. Look out. You may have started something, and how about this for an after-school treat? Boy, oh boy, oh boy. Kids love it, and so will you. We have to do a commercial. We'll clean up the debris, and then we'll have a legitimate discussion, all right?
Great.
All right, we'll be right back here. And the dogs ate up every last one of them. Anyway, nice to see you again. Tell me about the film. Tell me about tap dancing. You've been doing it all your life, and this is a movie entirely about tap dancing.
Well, not entirely. I mean, there's a story, but it does deal with the experience of being a tap dancer. And you know, at one time tap dancing went out, actually, and one couldn't make a living at it for a while. So it deals with that. And
people can now make a living as tap dancers?
Well, it's a struggle, but at least tap dancing is happening now.
Yeah.
You know, all dancers struggle to make a living.
Yeah,
actually.
I would think so.
Yeah.
But is it the most fun kind of dancing to do?
Well, for me it is.
Yeah.
For me it is, and the film was the most enjoyable work experience I ever had.
So what is the story? You mentioned that not only is there a lot of tap dancing, but there's a story there too.
Well, it deals with my character's name is Max Washington, and he's at that point in life that most artists get to at some point, where he's got to decide whether he wants to go towards his art and struggle, but get the joy of expression, or in his case, go towards a life of crime. But most artists, you know, whether they want to get a real job.
Do a lot of dancers go bad, though? Is that a problem?
Tap dance. Right. No, we just needed a story.
Yeah, I see. But, and I understand in the film there are a lot of legendary men and women who are tap dancers.
Yes, there are, and most of them are my heroes, my teachers, Sandman Sims and Bunny Briggs and Steve Condos and Harold Nicholas and Sammy Davis.
Who's in the film, as a matter of fact.
Yes.
Do you remember a guy, and I'm sure you remember the guy, and forgive me for being so naive about this, he had a peg leg, and he would come out on the Ed Sullivan Show, it seemed like every week, and tap dance with this leg.
Yes, peg leg Bates. Right.
Did you know this guy? Did you ever work?
Yeah. And I saw him as a child at the Apollo Theater. I was a child. He was on stage. And was very inspired by him. And he could really tap.
Yeah.
I mean, a lot of people thought of Peg Leg Bates as his act as a gimmick, but I mean, he could really put it down.
Yeah, that's a tough way to go to get a gimmick, though, isn't it? You're thinking of gimmicks, boy. And so Sammy Davis is in the film and also one of your heroes, I guess, right?
Oh, yeah. Well, I mean, I idolized Sammy Davis as I was growing up, and for a long time I wanted to work with him, but it's just, I never said it to him because people say that all the time, but this was one of those things that he was just perfect for.
Yeah. At what point did you start following his career when you were a kid?
I think I was about 10 years old, and saw him at the Apollo, and I was just so amazed that he could do all those things that he did, singing and playing instruments and doing impressions and tap dance, which at that time, that's all I could do. And, you know, I think Sammy Davis was our Michael Jackson in those days. I mean, he was just the person that everybody wanted to see. And I just emulated him. I mean, I was Sammy Davis for about 5 years.
Well, you guys have...
No, I was. I mean, I wore my hair like him. I walked like him, and I tried to dress like him, you know, from the age of 11 to about 15, 16.
But the similarity is also that I think this man, I don't know his age exactly, but he's been in show business since he was about 3 or 4.
Yes.
And I'm guessing the same is true with you.
Yes, I've been dancing since the age of 2 1/2.
Yeah.
I mean, I can't imagine what I was doing at 2 1/2. I was probably just hopping up and down, but I had tap shoes on.
Now, what do you do to keep in shape? Is dancing enough to keep in shape, or do you do other things?
Well, I train with weights when I'm not dancing because I don't like to practice a whole lot. My particular style of dancing is mostly improvisational, and so when it's time to dance, I like to live life, and then when I have to dance, I feel like I have something to say. But I try to keep in top condition.
So, and you know, you're a black belt in karate. That came somewhere along the line?
Well, I don't consider myself a black belt anymore. I mean, I used to be. I got my black belt in 1969, and I did it up until like 1975. But I know what goes into getting it one, and since I haven't really trained in those years, I don't feel like I am one. But I still love it.
Ever been in a fight? Ever had to use those skills?
Once. Yeah.
Really? And you used the black belt, or just would you dance your way out of it?
No, it worked.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, that's a pretty good recommendation. And Your father is still alive?
Yes, he is. Yes, he is.
And he's and your brother is around, of course.
Yes.
Yeah. And you guys, when was the last time you worked as a unit together?
As a unit, the last time was 1972.
Yeah.
Worked in Las Vegas. We opened for Danny Thomas at the Sands.
Yeah. And how old were you then?
In 1972, I think I was 26.
Yeah. And that was the end of a long time on the road for you guys, huh?
Well, yes. I mean, I had really worked with my brother and then my father all those years.
Yeah.
I'd always been connected in the act.
Yeah, yeah. That's great. The film opens Friday.
At a theater near you.
At a theater near all across the country?
Yes.
It's called TAP?
Yes.
And that's all we need to know. You're in it. Sammy Davis Jr. is in it. Anybody else you want to mention? And all of those other people.
Well, also a fine new actress named Suzanne Douglas is in it, and also
Can she dance?
young, very well.
Okay.
And a young phenom, Savion Glover, is in it.
And as a dancer? Or as
Terrific.
Okay.
Amazing.
Good to see you.
Nice to see you.
Gregory Hines. We got to pause for station identification. The dogs consumed about 4 bones. I find it. Backstage. Barbara Gaines, ladies and gentlemen, the lovely, the talented Barbara Gaines, queen of the subterranean mole people. We got plenty for dinner tonight, though, Barbara. Don't worry. Okay, whatever. Now here's the Sports Illustrated. This is their 25th and final year. They're out of business. This is it. This is their farewell issue. They're done, and we're sorry to see them go, but they're not making ends over there. And this is, I don't know what this is, but here, this is Inside Sports. Look at that. Yeah, see? We have the cover girl, Charlene Tilton, right here.
We have her.
Right. I wish I would stop doing this. That'll be in a couple of minutes, and also tomorrow. Chris, nice to see you.
Oh, geez.
How you doing?
Thanks.
Thanks
Nice
for
to see
coming
you.
by.
And
What's
Paul,
up?
thank you for playing the theme to the Waltons. Paul is probably the only one who remembers that I did that show.
Really? You were on the Waltons?
Yeah.
What character did you play?
I played Mountain Boy. He was a dancer.
Dancer. I didn't realize they had dancers on Walton's Mountain.
Well, the idea was that there was this pack of us living up in the mountains, and every once in a while we'd come down and shake it for the locals. But the episode never aired. I guess they thought it was a little too controversial.
A little too controversial, yeah. As a pack of wild dancers up in the
Wild
mountains?
dancers living in the mountains, we'd come down and shake it for the locals.
Thank you. So what can we do for you tonight?
Well, Dave, I'm actually pretty excited. As you know, for the last 7 years or so, I've been looking to use late night as kind of a springboard onto something bigger and better.
Well, who hasn't?
Well, exactly.
Yeah.
And I think I finally come up with a thing that will do it.
Oh, great, great. Are you going to get yourself another talk show?
Oh. No, Dave, what I'm going to do actually requires a little talent. I'm going to start my own business.
Right.
I'm very excited about it. It's called Chris Elliott's Celebrity Lookalikes.
You know, those are great. They have people who look like famous actors and celebrities and politicians, and they bring them to your parties and whatnot, gatherings, birthdays and stuff. They're great.
Wait a second. You've seen companies like this before?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, they're terrific.
In the New York area?
Yeah. Yeah, I'm sure.
Oh.
I'm sorry, Chris?
Nothing. Well, I'm sure my company will be different from what you've seen. I don't know what you've seen. I haven't seen anything like that. I brought some of my lookalikes with me. Can I bring them out and show them to you? Guys, come on. Get the hell out here. Let's go. Move it.
Get the hell out here.
Stand back there. Keep your mouth shut.
By the way, if any of you have pets or dogs, we can take care of you.
I don't watch the show. What do the dogs do?
Never mind. Let's continue.
Okay. Let's start right over here if we could. You know, George Bush is very hot nowadays.
Yeah.
And
this is
our George Bush.
This is Eric Anthony. He works on the show. He takes care of the wardrobe.
Now, our George Bush has a day job. I'm not sure what it is. His real name's Eric Anthony. And Eric, are you recognized a lot on the street?
All the time.
Yeah.
Isn't that amazing? He sounds as much like him as he looks like him. It's incredible.
Does. Yeah.
Back
You're a lucky
here,
man.
this is our Telly Savalas, or Kojak, right back there. And he's also our Mussolini, and every once in a while we throw him in a dress and he's our B. Arthur.
Well.
Then back here, Dave, guess who this guy is?
I have no idea.
Pretty close, actually. It's supposed to be Norm from this old house. I guess the mustache threw you off there. But we don't get a lot of requests for this guy, so we'll probably fire him. And then we have one last one,
I think
Dave.
we're out of time.
Ladies and gentlemen, David Letterman. Come on out. Give him a smile. Give him the toothy smile. Isn't that amazing? You know, this ain't trick photography, folks. These are two different people right here. Now, our David Letterman look-alike is the only look-alike who'll actually strip for you if you have him come over. And for kids, we throw him in a gorilla outfit. So
Well, that's great. I'm sure this is going to be a wonderful new venture. Congratulations.
Hey, you know,
and thanks
Dave,
for coming by.
when Arsenio and Sajak knock you off the air, you're welcome to come over and work for me at Chris Elliott Celebrity Lookalikes. We're looking for a Dr. McCoy from Star Trek lookalike, and you would be perfect for
Chris Elliott, ladies and gentlemen.
All right.
Thank you very much. Bye, guys. All right, we'll every February, America's Best Sports Magazine sends a buzz across this country with its annual swimsuit issue. The magazine is, of course, Inside Sports. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the woman pictured on this year's cover right there. Once again, Charlene Tilton. Oh, Charlene, are you still with us, my dear? Hi. Nice to see you. How are you? Thanks for being here. Have a seat. How you doing?
I'm great. How are you, Dave?
You know, we've never met before, have we? I don't think we've ever met. No, I think we did years and years and years ago. But you know, and I'll only mention this once, aside from being a lovely woman, you're smaller than I thought you were.
I know. That's why the pool table would be great that you mentioned in the
perfect for
beginning.
you, wouldn't it?
Yes, it would. I could use that if I
Yeah.
would decide to take up pool shooting.
And is it impolite to by all means, get comfortable?
Thank you.
Is it impolite to ask how tall?
Dog biscuits.
I know. Is it impolite to ask how tall you are?
5'1".
5'1". Yeah. 5'1". Is that well?
Impolite to ask? No.
No. Okay. You've been on the cover of many other magazines, haven't you?
Yeah, not quite like this though.
Yeah. How many different covers have you been on?
Oh God, I don't know. Just with the Inquirer alone, probably over 500.
Really?
So.
Wow. But this was a special project for you.
Yeah, that was a very special project.
You got to go to Hawaii and you filmed. You and the girls were there for like probably 3 weeks shooting.
No,
on the
I got
beaches?
to go to beautiful Galveston, Texas.
How come you didn't get to go to Hawaii?
Well, more Hollywood magic. The other girls that they shot were in Hawaii, but I was in Dallas filming, and I didn't have the time in my schedule when they called when they called for me to do it, and they were under a deadline. So we went to Galveston.
So you went to Galveston,
Yes.
and what kind of tropical paradise did we find there in Galveston?
About 30 degrees.
Really?
Yeah, it was in November.
Yeah.
And I was freezing, and we had to get the beautiful sunrise and sunset shots that you see. I was up at in the ocean at about 4 in the morning, and it was pretty cold.
Why can't I find the other pictures?
Because they're ripped out.
Wait a minute, here's a hell of a record deal. Listen to this. Listen, Paul. Take any 12 cassettes or records for 1 cent.
All right, never mind.
Well, that's not a... Let's find some of these other photos. Now, this one. Oh, my gosh. Now, was this taken out in 30-degree weather?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Chilly, then, isn't it?
Little chilly.
Yeah. How long did it take you to do that?
We only had, actually, half a day, unfortunately.
But how long were you out there exposed to the 30-degree weather?
Well, for about 4 or 5 hours. Yeah.
Where's the other picture of you in the waterfall? Oh, there. Now, tell me about the waterfall. This looks like it's probably some exotic lagoon somewhere.
That was a little bitty waterfall in front of the hotel. See, it's a good thing I'm not so... it's a good thing I'm not tall. I fit in a little bitty waterfall there, so...
So businessmen pulling up in
Paulina?
Cabs, dragging their bags out when...
Yes.
And you're laying in the pool.
And I'm just... Yes.
Are you a big sports fan?
Well, I didn't end up on the cover for my athletic abilities, that's for sure. I mean,
well, what kind of things, yeah.
I'm not going to, you know, catch passes from Joe Montana, you know.
But do you like sports? Do you,
on the field.
Do you go to games and stuff?
They got that. Whoa. Well, he is pretty cute. I mean, what? Do I go to games?
I say, do you go to games?
I went to,
What kind of games do you go to?
I went to the opening of the Laker-Maverick game in Dallas. Of course, in Dallas, we called it the Maverick-Laker game.
Right.
And we had seats on the floor, and that was like unbelievable.
Right? You don't mean right on the floor, of course.
Yes,
You mean
right. Yes, on the floor.
no chairs, no benches, right on the floor.
Well, they
Floor
did.
level.
Yes, they did put a chair on the floor.
And you're back on Dallas this year?
Yes.
Now, what happened? They killed you off, right? They did kill you off?
No, they killed Patrick Duffy off, and then he ended up in the shower. Mine wasn't so complicated. They just sent me off to Georgia.
And why did they send you to Georgia?
They couldn't figure out what to do with my character, so they sent me away for a little while, and I was off the show for about 2.5 years. And during that time, I just did a lot of theater, a lot of stage work, a lot of studying, and now I'm back. And
well, what are they doing with your character now?
I think they're back to just trying to make up their mind again. Actually, they've written her a little more older and wiser and getting to stand up.
About 2.5 years older, I would guess.
Yeah, you know, but at least 5 years wiser, so.
It's the Inside Sports cover girl, ladies and gentlemen, right there, Charlene Tilton. Nice to see you. Thank you very much. With shovels have been cleaning up dog bones. Would you like a career in broadcasting? Our next guest drops.
Thank you very much. Thank you. I'd like to get started by doing my impression of a midget trying to get into Yankee Stadium. Thank you. Hey, nice game, nice game. It's a very nice game. It was a great game. Thank you very much. Great game. It was a great game. Thank you. That's it. Thank you. I have no act. I just move equipment around the stage. Have a good time. And that's all. I think it's obvious you've been hanging out in laundromats a lot lately. Don't you worry about the change machine you see on the wall in laundromats? Put in $1, get back $1 and change. Don't you think the guy who invented this is walking around thinking, you know, I've been in this business 27 years. I'm not making a penny off this deal. Every year they have a sales meeting. The chart's straight line across the chart. Gentlemen, we're taking a beating again this year. Cannot continue to tread water like this much longer. That man does not have it all. Everybody else wants it all. Donald Trump wants it all. I think Robin Givens wants it all. $125 million. She has a libel suit against Mike Tyson. She claims, true story, Mike Tyson called her a maliciously manipulative money grabber. Ouch. Maliciously manipulative. Yeah, we've seen Mike Tyson talk. You know, I'm not sure these multi-syllable words are within his grasp, if you know what I mean. Might have said malicious by accident once. A mouthful of cookies, you know. These are malicious, you know, but other than that. Oh. You know, the guy who founded Domino's Pizza has the largest collection of antique cars in the United States. Did you know this? It's true. Largest collection. Domino's. How come the guy who shows up at your house is driving the biggest piece of crap car on wheels? Some kind of rust float there, you know, no brakes, no windshield. The guy's got a scuba mask on his face like this, you know. Inspection sticker in the corner. That's what you need. Open up the door to some Van Halen disciple standing there, you know, with a pizza in his hand. Think you know it's going to be warm. He's had it under his butt for 2 hours. There's no heater in the car, you know. I pretty much noticed you can crack any security system in this country if you're carrying a pizza box. You know, you live in New York, you got to have pass keys, get by the guard, you know, 3 triple locks. You're carrying, you'd have some, like, tomato-splattered apron on you. Walk in with a pizza, you're in. Anywhere. Hey, President Bush, John Hinckley from Domino's is here. Yeah, sure, fine, let him in. You know? Wow. Can't think about this, it makes your head hurt. I hang out in laundromats. I believe that life is like detergents. What's detergent? Soap. What's soap? Bubbles. What are bubbles? Air. What's air? Nothing. Life is nothing. And that's all. After all, there's just the tide. Tide goes out. Tide comes back. I could have thrown it at you, you know. If you can live with that, then hey, that's just fab. Most people aren't happy with that. I think most people want it all. People want it all? Sure. Do you want it all? Yeah. Okay, fine, you can have it all, but there's some whisk involved. Can't have it all unless you're willing to take a little whisk. Sure, you can have it all. Doesn't really matter. Some people have it all, they're not happy. Some people have nothing, they're not happy. All that really matters in life is if you have just a little cheer. Thank you. No. Stop it, we're running out of time. Hold it. Before I go, I'd like to do something that I've become famous for in the comedy world, and that's my impression of chicken obstetrician. Here we go. Push! Push! Push for crying out loud! It's gonna be a hell of an omelet push! Thank you.